100 naira ko, esamba seko. Andra nereko, esamba seko. Andra nereko, esamba seko.
All right, guys, welcome back to the program Lagos this morning. Today being the 11th of August 2023, and we'll be discussing about recent news updates across Lagos State and also across the Federation, ranging from politics to sports to entertainment, all across all news. All right, this morning, let's take a look at the top stories, and we'll be starting with our APC kicks as Northern senators insist on Senate presidency. Yeah. APC really kicking, and right now, there are insinuations that APC wants to zone the Senate presidency to the southeast, but we have some northern governors that are also vying for that position.
On to the next, we have Rivers State Police probe officers assaulting men in viral video,
and also fuel subsidy removal antidote to Nigeria's 44 trillion naira debt burden.
Can demands apology over peak milk advert on Good Friday.
Buhari, Tinubu, governors, others felicitate Dangote at 66.
Do you know the funny truth? I don't know why every year this same thing keeps happening. Because last year
it was Sterling Bank.
No, last year it was about bread. Yeah, either last year or 2 years ago, they did something with bread, and they said, showing the body of Jesus Christ or something. I can't really recall how this story, but I know that there was an incident that had to do with bread that Khan also had to demand for an apology.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, we have Governor-elect rejects life pension plan by incumbent.
Also, President-elect hails Pa Ayo Adebanjo at 95.
Angry mob stones driver to death for killing two.
Buhari departs for Saudi Arabia on Tuesday on official visit.
AY is not my friend, comedian Basket Mouth reveals.
And also, IPOB decries Supreme Court silence on Kanu's pending appeal. Those are the top stories we have for you today. But let's look at the traffic update before we go on the show. Let's look at the traffic updates across Lagos State.
Yeah, Lagos State have always been known or recorded as one of the busiest states in Nigeria. And sometimes people going to their various offices in the morning find it difficult to get to the office in time because of the traffic. So let's take a look at what the traffic is like this morning.
All right, let's
go straight. The traffic update from CBD Idumota. We have traffic. Traffic is building up
from the foot of Ido Bridge inwards Kata Bridge, while movement is still looking good at Enyeyo connecting Balogun Street. Tinubu connecting Nnamdi Azikiwe Street and Road Tom Jones intersection is equally good for now.
While movement from Oyebanji roundabout connecting Adeniji Adele Road through Obas Palace and police post looking good at this hour.
Ilubirin connecting Kata Bridge inwards Ijora still good to go, while Ebutero connecting back to police post still in perfect shape for now. No overnight impediment recorded.
It is a good movement from Aja Jubilee Bridge descending Ilaje Landmark and VGC. VGC inward Ekota and Conservation Toll Plaza also good to go, but gets slow after the toll gate plaza inward Chevron.
Chevron inwards Igboefon and Jakonde all busy due to high influx and alternation.
At the intersections, Jakonde to Chisco is good as well, aside alternation delays. Chisco to Ikate is fine. Likewise, Ikate to Marua is fine too, aside from traffic light stoppages.
Yes, the entire stretch of the return trip back to Aja is good to go. Impediment is negative.
Okay, that's all we have for you on the traffic update for now. As soon as we get more traffic updates, we'll ensure to notify you as well.
Yeah, so in case you are still on your way going to your office this morning, you can know how to navigate.
Yeah. All right, let's go straight into the newspaper front pages. Newspaper front pages we have for you today. We have a lot of interesting headlines, stories, controversial stories on the front pages. So let's take a look at them quickly. We have the Punch.
Yes, right on the front page of the Punch newspaper, boldly written, APC kicks as Northern senators insist on Senate presidency. Ndume Kano, Niger senators posed to contest, say Senate needs competent hands. Any Muslim aspiring to Senate president lacks respect for Constitution, coming from Vice Chairman. APC yet to decide on zoning, but would allow another Saraki Dogara scenario, says spokesman.
Okay, moving on. Police arrest suspect in Instagram cloth vendor's deaths.
Buhari should suspend fuel subsidy removal, declare marketers. You've seen that on page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
Alright, moving on. Nigeria employment rate to hit 41% in 2023. And that's coming from the KPMG. To get more on the story, you go to page 14 of the Punch.
UK restriction can't stop doctors' migration, coming from NMA and NAD.
Alright, post restructuring will cost $800 million, says NPA boss.
Police arrest suspect in Instagram cloth vendor's death.
Okay, enumerations indicted for sexual harassment will be dismissed. NPC.
Nigerian unemployment rate hit 41% in 2023, coming from KPMG.
Alright, let's move on to the next one, to the world of sports quickly. I'm on Sporting Sun, right there at the top left corner. We can see Mbappe stays with PSG until 2024.
On Champions League, delight ready for shutdown with Man City.
Wow. Guardiola, I'm the happiest man when fighting for title.
Anthony Joshua to fight again in December. He should better do well this time.
Our own superstar Chukwueze equals Messi's dribbling record. Vow to get better in subsequent games.
Chelsea ready to pay £50 million for
Vlahovic. Yeah.
All these names.
Alright, on the UEFA Champions League, Osimhen may get late call for Milan first leg.
Coming from Mikel Obi, he says Chelsea was too big for Potter.
I actually think so. You're looking at his name, Potter. You know, when they call you Potter.
Andy Murray crashes out in Monte Carlo Masters first round.
Alright, Barcelona makes first move for Aubameyang.
Zambian club Zanaco sacks Amuneke.
Alright, let's move away from the world of sport now to Daily Sun. We have it at the top right corner. Kanu won't abandon struggle for Biafra. Hype up. Queries Supreme Court silence over appeal.
Clark calls for minister's arrest, trial over treason allegation, accuses Lai Mohammed of spreading fake news against Obi.
Tinubu, Osinbajo, Afe Babalola, Ojo eulogize Ajibola. To get more on that, you can go to page 29 of the Daily Sun.
Concerns grow as Nigeria's foreign investment decline for third straight year, down 20.5%.
Any Muslim aspiring for Senate President is disrespectful to the leaders.
Which paper?
Bari Tinubu, APC National Working Committee member. That is on Daily Sun, page 29.
Still on Daily Sun newspaper, we have Ebonyi Ogba, PDP differ on 2023 polls, rallies support for governor-elect Nwifu.
Khan slams makers of pig milk over insensitive Good Friday adverts.
I don't understand.
You know, it has been trending since yesterday. There are so many reactions.
But are we not supposed to drink milk?
They're not even threatening to boycott the product of Friesland, which is pig milk. And many people reacted like, we should be following your members to the store if they want to go and buy their groceries. Like, you know, if they have, gotten pig milk or not.
Moving on to the next, we have obedience must bear attacks as sacrifice for new Nigeria. Coming from Peter Obi, says efforts to demarcate movement will fail.
Yeah, quickly straight to Nigerian Tribune. Any Muslim vying for Senate presidency has no respect for Nigeria's constitution, the APC National Working Committee member.
Key players kick as more states move to build new airports. 1/10 of funds spent on state airports can generate $1 trillion. We also have government officials amounts for between 80 and 90% of passenger traffic. NCAA must demand business plans for state airports. Blaming NCAA amounts to lack of knowledge coming from spokesmen.
Yeah, 357 bills passed through third reading in House of Reps in 45 months. 83 bills awaiting concurrence. 52 harmonized bills by Buhari to get more good to pay 15 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Adebanjo at 95. This is not the Nigeria we fought for.
Tinkan Port risk collapse if nothing is done. NPA raises alarm.
Prosecutes Lai Mohammed for fake news. Defamation. Cartels federal government.
Suspected Yahoo boy crashes 4 to death, injures others in Ondo State. Actually saw the report yesterday night, and the guy was actually lynched to death. He made a series of confessions while they were questioning him. He said that he engaged in ritual stuff. They even saw a particular fetish stuff inside his vehicle. And he said he said his herbalist told him that he should take 16 people's lives to renew his what's it called? So he just like eating people.
What?
Yeah.
Eating people?
Like with his vehicle.
Okay, hitting.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. 19 constitutional amendment bills rejected by Buhari have automatically become laws, coming from Falano, knocks president for rejecting bill to rescue 20 million children.
To Saudi Arabia salutes Dangote at 66.
Nigeria's industrial base weaker over poor credit support from banks.
At 95, struggle continues for a better Nigeria, says Adebanjo.
World Bank sees 2% output growth in 2023.
At 80, Biden considers re-election bid in 2024.
Private school operators and boarding of multiple charges.
On the next one, we have Daily Independent. Obedient family should see attacks as sacrifice to rescue Nigeria. Peter Obi.
Can tackle speak milk over Good Friday offensive adverts. That news is still very funny actually.
Arrest Lai Mohammed over fake news against Peter Obi. Clark says he's stoking embers of fire that may consume.
Hajj in Saudi Arabia lives today.
2 killed in Zamfara as police battle bandit.
Gunmen kill policeman, injure 3 officers in Ikorodu.
And also the UK has placed Nigeria on red list for health workers recruitment.
Moving on to the next newspaper headline of front page is this day. Yes, right on the front page of this day, we have Tinubu Obi energized Afenifere leader Ayo Adebanjo at 95. Wow, 95.
95 years
My
old.
goodness.
And he's still ill and out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
So still on the front page of this day, we have with 50 days to go, Buhari defends choice of service chiefs. Knocks Kuka again, insists clearly cooks only bad news. Wanton killings remain Buhari's lowest point, states additional. His ailment was a setback, Presidency admits.
Obi not mandatory.
Moving on to the next one, the same INEC that came out to say that they are retreating on their word that they would ensure that the result is being electronically transmitted. Now they've come out to tell you that
It's not mandatory.
it is not mandatory. It is something else. All right, still on the nation. Cash flow from bank still low, says NLC.
Okay.
100 naira ko. Estamba seko. 100 naira eko. Ẹ̀sán bọ́ seko.
Alright guys, welcome back to the program Lagos This Morning. We're sorry for the delay and break in transmission. Let's continue to the front page of Vanguard. Right here in front of me we have a Vanguard 2023 polls. Candidates from 10 parties filed 436 petitions. APC, PDP, Labour Party, AA, APGA, APM, APP, YPP, SDP, NNPP go to tribunals. In spite of complaint, 2023 polls better than 2019. That is coming from INEC. Says 2019 had 807 petitions. Maintains parties conducted worse primaries in 2023 than in 2019. 2023 has 1,370 pre-election suits compared to 370 of 2019. We are sure of victory. Articles 8. We have watertight petitions for Shuntokun, that is the Labour Party chieftain.
Moving on, we have consigned Northerners vow to defend Tinubu's mandate.
On insecurity, Buhari leaving Nigeria far better than emitted presidency.
Beneath ports, Edo, NPA, BPE, ICRC complete request for qualification.
On Benue killings, declare state of emergency now, tribal leaders tell federal government.
Oshimen uncertain for AC Milan clash.
On terrorism, hunger looms as farmers abandon farmlands in Kaduna local government.
Terrorism, okay, that's what you just read now. Fake news, not our duty to monitor social media content. Coming from NCC.
Alright, let's go to the front page of Daily Trust. Customers groan over epileptic power supply. Situation worsening heat, access to water amid Ramadan. Muslim clerics faithful accuse discourse of sabotage.
Arrest of Kano singers escorts. Police commercialization responsible for abuse.
World Bank to advocate debt restructuring for developing countries.
Yeah, moving on to, I think that's the last.
Yeah. So resident doctors reject bill mandating 5-year service for doctors.
We have Buhari embarks on 8-day visit to Saudi Arabia today.
$22 million Calabar Channel dredging. Intel's contract cost my job. Adiza Bala.
Beer attacks as sacrifice for new Nigeria, Obitel supporters.
Alright, that's all we have for you on the newspaper front page. Let's go straight to the major stories of the day as APC kicks as northern senators insist on Senate presidency. And the chieftain of APC has come out to say that any northerner that's coming out to vie for that seat of the Senate presidency is not, being truthful with himself and is not a patriotic Nigerian.
Now the question is, why are the northerners that way?
Well, I would
Because
say
we're having
the northerners
a
passive,
president
let
elect.
me say the politicians, they just want it to be them every time.
No, it's not about the politicians. I don't know other politicians from other zones. There are. It is about the northerners. The president-elect is from the southwest.
Yes.
Then you have his VP from the south, from the north. And then why don't you zone the Senate president and the Senate president to the southeast?
There are
for equity and fairness.
There are estimations that they are zoning to the southeast, but the northern people are actually coming now to vie for that same post as well.
I always believe in is now I'm beginning to understand what people usually say that the Northerners believe so much in power. They love to be in charge. They love power a lot, and I can see that is still playing out even not now.
Well, now that's a big issue in the APC because while some people are saying that let us zone this thing to the southeast for equity and for fairness, and some people are thinking that if the southeasterners, some of them or majority of them are still feeling the kind of deprived or being suppressed during the voting exercise. But to pacify some of them, you can actually zone the Senate presidency to the southeast. Just let someone from the southeast be the Senate president. So it would be very fair like that. You have a Yoruba man as the president, Northerner as the vice, then the number 3 would be a southeasterner. And considering the fact that the Senate president right now, Ahmed Lawan, is from the north. So if the Northerners should take over again from Ahmed Lawan, it won't make everything balanced. And Bishop Kuka came out yesterday to say that to plead, to appeal to the president-elect that once he's been sworn in as the president officially on May 29th, he should ensure that he shouldn't just focus mainly on infrastructure. He should focus on the people first, because there are people that are yet to heal from what has happened in the past and what this present government has done to them. So he should first of all focus on them. So if let's say now the Northerner gets that seat of Senate presidency, how would the Southeasterners feel?
They'll feel bad, of course.
People from the middle
Very
belt,
bad.
how would they feel? They won't feel represented, and everybody just wants a sense of belonging. I think that's why we are having people, agitating for Yoruba Nation and also Biafra as well.
Okay, I actually have the report here. I can read it out, right? Okay, we have the All Progressives Congress has opposed Northern senators vying for the Senate presidency. It insisted that any Northerner angling for the leadership of the Senate had no respect for the party's constitution. You look at this. Okay, they have a constitution, so why are they going against it? They are not supposed to be like, you're supposed to respect the constitution of your party. Like I said before, because these people, they believe so much that power should be with them, should remain with them. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Okay, moving on to the story. The national vice chairman of the APC, that's from the Northwest, Malam Shalihu Lukman, of the party's director of publicity on Monday, Bala Ibrahim, said for fairness, Northern senators contesting the post should step down.
Exactly.
Okay, now they are telling them to step. Let's watch and see if they will actually step down like they are being told. Because I don't really... For equity and fairness, come on now. You're supposed to allow the people from the southeast at least to hold on to. Yes. And that is why the Igbos will come and tell you that they are being marginalized. They're not being treated fairly like we talked about yesterday. Yeah. That's when they can come out to say those kind of things. When you have the president-elect or the president coming from the west, then the VP coming from the north, so why don't the Senate president go to the south? And now the party in which you are involved in have actually made it clear that we are zoning this Senate presidency to the southeast, and then about 8 senators have already come out to say we want to buy. That's selfishness.
I think it boils down to the system of Nigerian government, because you notice that even the 1999 constitution is not being respected. So if they don't respect the constitution, if the INEC did not respect the Electoral Act 2022 by transmitting the result electronically, so how do you expect someone to just obey just a party constitution? He accused some people in the PDP of not following their constitution, which is based on zoning. You have to zone it down to the south.
That is why I said something earlier. The party itself does not have a problem. It is the people inside the party that has issues. Because APC is just a name, it's just a political party. Yeah. And they have reasonable and sensible people, of course, that are there. But there are some people who are actually individually, they are just who they are. Yeah. And we can't say it's because they are in this party and that is why they are this kind of people. And so far, the reports we have before us, no fewer than 8 senators had indicated an interest in the race. They include Senators Jibrin Barua from Kano Central, Sani Musa, Niger East, Niger East, Ojikalo Abia North, and Gosula Kwabio Akwa Ibom. others, Osuta Isu Naso from Imo State, Peter Ndubeze, Abdulaziz Yari. You know what? My goodness. They should just allow the Southeast like to feel among.
Exactly.
Because Nigeria is not for one particular region. It is not for one particular zone. Nigeria is for everybody, except if there is something else they are not saying.
And I also think to give them a sense of belonging, one, and to pacify some of them. If they zone it to the southeast, then anybody there can win. And I also think there should be a kind of law in the All Progressives Congress whereby once the chairman of the party, or the National Working Committee have decided that this thing would be going to this certain location, like the southeast, then nobody should have the right to vie for the position. Nobody entirely. So why are they now coming out? So it's like you are disobeying the party's constitution and you are a lawmaker. So for you not to even obey your party's constitution, what is the probability that you would obey Nigeria's constitution? And they say charity begins at home. When your home is divided, how do you want to go out there and say you are a good father also?
I just hope that this won't bring crisis to the APC as a political party. Because if a particular group or particular individuals are not agreeing to what the party leaders are saying, definitely there will be crisis.
Of course. Yeah, if you're watching us, you can be part of this program by hitting on the like button. If you are trying to comment and your comment is not coming in, that means you've not subscribed. You can click on the subscribe button as well, then turn on your notification bell. So anytime we're coming online, you would actually be notified to be able to watch us and get more news updates. You can also join us by dropping your comment when you feel about what we're discussing today about APC kicking as the northern senators insist on the Senate presidency.
Insisting that they must be in charge, like they want to be Senate president. It must come to them. Even when the party has said, no, we are zoning this to the southeast. Still, they are even flaunting the constitution of their party. Alright, you can as well call in. There'll be a number right there on the comment section. You can call in through that number. Let's know what you think about this particular issue.
Alright, let's take a little bit of a break away from APC. Let's go into a more serious issue right now as Rivers Police probe officers assaulting man in Farah.
I saw that video yesterday. Did you see the video? They were slapping the young man. I'm like, what on earth would he have done?
His wife was there
to warrant this kind of assault. This is one of the reasons why. I'm always so passionate when I see this kind of things. I always want to talk about it because I can't imagine that being me. I can't even imagine that being someone that I know, being assaulted and humiliated in such manner, by probably a policeman who didn't go to school. I'm just saying. It's actually because you are being given a gun because you are in that position. You are not using your position or the place that you are to intimidate others. Exactly. It's uncalled for. Like I said before, I think the police force needs to be reformed. There are people that are not supposed to be there. I saw the way they were slapping that man. I was like, what on earth would he have done?
I'm very sure the only thing that man was scared of. Actually, came out to say that he said that what they have done is not the representation of the Nigerian police force.
That's what they always say.
There's no way you can you can actually seclude the police officers from the police force. Yeah. Say if you don't, they train your child well, and when he grows up, you will not go by something else. And they also say charity begins at home. These people you refuse to train, give them moral training. Even all those training schools they are going to, what are they teaching them there? Are they teaching you to brutalize people you're supposed to protect with the same gun that has been bought to all these police officers with taxpayers? And you notice that in every home in Nigeria, there will surely be one or two people that have experienced either police harassment, police extortion, or police brutality.
Yes.
Either of the three. Because I was also a victim, but that's bygone. That was in 2017. I can never forget that day, but it's all gone now.
Well, honestly, as at yesterday, the CSP, that's Olumuyiwa Adejoye,
yeah.
he actually said that the man will be dealt with. He will be made to face the wrath of the law or something. But then, this is not the first time.
It's not the first
time. In Lagos State here, whereby
on the 11th of December.
And 11th of December, a happy trigger police officer, just PM, and then someone died that way. And then, but the question is, those people who only hear they will be dealt with, are they actually being dealt with as supposed?
No, I'm not sure.
That's the issue. Because see, when you are supposed to take an action and you don't, you pamper it, the other person will be like, when this one did it, nothing happened. The person will take over from where the other person stops.
Exactly.
They need to be dealt with, because you can't tell me, okay, what on earth would he have done? Was the police officer, was he drunk, or was it? I don't even know. Like, what exactly came over him to be beating up a man in the presence of his wife?
No matter what has come over him, or even any alcohol he has taken, it is not proper to actually do that. But the fact that you are a police officer, even if they tell someone to do this or do that, or give someone an order, the person will actually obey you. It is when you're actually forcing yourself on the person. I think even the name Nigeria Police Force should be changed. You know that force there. It should just be maybe Nigeria Police Department. That one is actually, it makes more sense.
Okay, probably they are just acting on the word force.
That word force is affecting the entire police space.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure of that. Because even you just take a look at Nigerian Navy, Nigerian Army, and the likes. When you see a naval officer, he's well behaved. When you see Nigerian soldiers, they just go on their own. If you don't come to them, they don't go.
Well, my opinion could be probably because
you even see a police officer and you feel threatened.
You'll be very scared.
Like, okay, this man might stop me and say, "Where's my phone?" and start searching my phone, and they will indict you for what is not even in your phone. Because that day that I fell into their trap that day, they didn't see anything in my phone, but they started taking me around. And now realize that these people, what they do is that once they pick you up, they now start driving you around. They look for other guys. As I was inside their van, they picked up no less than 3 other guys, and they extorted them inside their vehicle there. Those guys were just like, okay, what do you have to? They dropped it to them, they dropped them, they took me to the ATM machine to withdraw my money. It was just fun. I got up and I was crying.
How many years ago?
That was 2017 in February, to be precise. I was just like, I felt so bad, but it's all gone. So the Nigeria Police Force now, what they need to do is that anybody like this that has been exposed, probably on social media or something, you should televise it, derobe that person, and dismiss the person immediately.
That man wasn't even wearing a police uniform, because though he was an all black.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do we have the video? We have the video. I don't know if you can just show. No, it's actually violent though. But we just like just flash it, or just a picture to show what the man looks like.
Exactly.
The man, it's not as if he was on police uniform per se. He was in a black polo, a shirt, and then a black jean trouser. And I was like, okay, how do I even know this one is a police officer? Because you're carrying a gun and you're on all black. Come on now, anybody can dress on that uniform. So I heard someone say something once, that a police officer is always supposed to be on his or her cap, that their hat they wear.
Yes.
That shows that, okay, you are in charge or something. But these days we don't really see stuff like, we just see anybody dressing, just like people that came to arrest Portable in his house.
Exactly.
They were not dressed in police uniform.
One was actually putting on Kellogg's stuff.
You can imagine. And then you will not say, I'm a police officer. How do I know you are a police officer? And then they are doing a lot, and these things needs to be like looked into properly. And those ones that are not supposed to be, there are people that I feel they're not supposed to be in the Nigerian police. They should just they should probably go get training somewhere before they come back, or I don't even know how to put it, because a lot of them are causing more harm to the Nigerian police force than good.
And they're even doing more harm to the image of the Nigerian police force.
Yes, they are painting them really bad.
Out there.
Of course.
We have good ones.
We have good ones.
Are not, But they are just a thorn in the flesh of the good ones.
You know, we are told that police is our friend, but you see some police, even the look on their face alone, you will run. You'll be very scared, like you'll be threatened.
Exactly.
The look on their faces alone will make you feel like, Jesus Christ, who knows what they're about to do to me right now?
Exactly.
You know, when you're supposed to, like, normally if you're walking on the road, let's say it's dark or maybe there are bad boys, once you see a police officer, you should be relieved. You should be like, thank God there, police officer said. But what we are seeing these days, we don't even know what we're saying.
Okay, all right, still on the top stories for today. Khan demands apology over peak milk advert.
Please don't play that video much,
on
please.
Friday.
Yeah.
Khan demanding apology from peak milk over that advert. Some people saw the advert yesterday as an insensitive advert, while some were just like, it's just creative, and they are using it as a means of, you know, selling their products out there to the people, communicating it in a good way, you know, in a kind of captivating way to their customers that are Christians that are celebrating Easter.
Let me understand, because I
saw one
I
of
didn't
the
quite see the
pictures
advert
yet before. We can put up the picture. Let's take
I didn't quite see the advert. So was it that they don't want people to take pig milk on Easter, or probably, I don't know. I'm a Christian. No, please. I don't mean to sound anyhow, but then are we not supposed to take milk on Easter? Because me, I'm a fan of milk. I actually love milk a lot.
This is a picture of they actually use the can, that tin milk with, you know, nails, then, you know, holes on the top, then that's like spilled milk, like the blood or something to represent the blood. So people are saying that how can they, you know, represent Jesus Christ, our Lord Jesus Christ, with 300 naira tin milk?
But please, like, I actually want to, like, clarify something. You know, over time, we've always seen pictures of one white man, you know, that they show. No, that is not Jesus Christ now.
Exactly.
These are just they're actors. Yeah. You know, where it's funny is that some people actually make images of those things. I think that this is my Lord Jesus Christ. Come on now, nobody knew. Who saw the man? We don't even know what the man looks like. So.
Yeah. And even from what the Bible described, I think Jesus Christ have been a black man, have a black skin or brown skin or something, not white per se.
You're actually in the spirit, because Bible says his head is wool, is of wool, and it's only Africans that has wool.
And his skin is like burnt brass, and that means it's brown.
He's a black man. He's a black man. You know, let's not say what people will come after us on the comment section right now, because I know some people are actually like, who are these ones? What are they saying?
I didn't say it. It's what is in the Bible.
Oh wow, you read Bible too. That's why I check you're a Muslim.
I'm a Muslim now, so even Jesus Christ is also my prophet now. Come on, are you minding me? So the other count that was actually used, I think this one is a little bit, you know, provocative. It's just, you know, actually, you know, they were trying to be creative, but, you know, it's just something else.
Oh my goodness. So, now I understand where the anger is coming from. Exactly. Like I said, just like that was the same thing that happened either last year or 2 years ago, where they used bread. You know, they made an advert of bread, or, you know. Oh my God. But I just feel that even if we want to sell our products, you know, we should try to, we don't really have to, like, I'm looking for words to use actually, because
communicate it in a good manner.
Thank you, like, just try, because there are some people that when they see some things, they'll be like, okay, this is all you can come up with. You know, it doesn't really make sense that way. Please, we need to put the picture of the pig milk so people can see what we're talking about.
All right. So you can also call in. There is a phone number in the comment section. But before we go to that, we have a lot of feedbacks.
Let's take a look at the feedback we have. We have Han and Bob saying, "Good morning, guys. Good morning, Mr. Mrs. Miss. You don't know." Han and Bob, thank you so much for coming on our show this morning. Kelvin City, yes, we've been looking for you. Thank God you are here today. But let the North have the Senate position, since Ojekalo is desperate because of his selfish aim and interest, since he says he's a stone. But it was off. In all fairness, it should be zoned to the south. Majed, welcome back. He said the police brutality is just too much. I think I stand with you on that though. Beth Olu, good morning, my people, my beautiful people. Is your boy Peter Onoha.
If say Nigeria is hell on earth, una go say I talk. Yeah, Tochukwu is giving us thumbs up and good. Thank you so much.
They're giving you thumbs
Thank
up.
you.
Well.
And we saw a flag, red, black, and green. What country is that?
All right. So our in-house analyst Christian Chukwu would be joining us right now to shed more light on the news update and also the topics, major topics for today. But before then, we would have to go for a break now. Stay tuned, keep watching Lagos This Morning.
Don't go away.
You also have the opportunity to call in after this break. Thank you. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, we're coming just now.
100 naira ko. Estamba seko. Naira ko. Estamba seko. 100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
Alright guys, welcome back to the program Lagos This Morning. So now you have the opportunity to join us on the program by calling in. You can call in to give us your contribution. We have a feedback from Mr. Pet Olu. End SARS. No, please end police. What am I saying? I mean end
This said Mr. Pet Olu, I shall like buzz those, you know.
Yeah, but still moving on the program. Still moving on the program. We have more news updates as well. Angry mob stones driver to death for killing two in Ondo State. It happened yesterday. I think in the night. It happened in the night, and the man actually confessed of having been, in a kind of ritual deal with the man, with an herbalist. Is a Yahoo guy to be precise, and then when they checked his vehicle, they saw a tortoise there, the other fetish stuffs. Then he said he was being advised to take 16 lives to buy back his own life, that he would either die very soon or he run mad.
You see, that is why I don't know if I say some kind of thing, it would be like, why don't you just make your money legitimately? Because the gift of Satan, it always come. You have to pay a lot of price to pay. With a lot of sacrifices as well. Why don't you just live? Even if you don't, just live with contentment. Acquiring all these things and then losing your own soul. What will it profit you? according to the Bible that I read.
And again, we didn't really acquire many things. But it's just using muscle. Not many people, social media, content creators, tech guys out there, even people doing, what's it called? Doing just handwork, using luxurious cars, and upon all the rituals and everything, and using other people's lives to renew your own life.
Someone actually said something that sometimes it's condition that make these people to do all these things. I asked the person, that should be last week Thursday. I told the person, no, it is not condition, rather it is greed.
It is greed.
It is greed. It's just like the person said, all these girls that go into prostitution. It is just condition. I say it's not condition. You want to tell me that there's nothing else you can actually do? Because it's laziness that is causing those, because you don't want to work.
Exactly.
You don't want to wake up in the morning, you go to work, you just want sweetness, and I don't even know how.
You want everything to come on a platter.
On a platter, and then at the end of the day, who is suffering?
They will be the ones that are affected.
You, of course. All these things, we need to watch it, honestly speaking. Now he's dead. The death that you're afraid of, you are still dead.
Exactly.
You were scared to die. That's why you had to take 16 people. You still died. So what was the game?
But he didn't successfully take the life.
But at least he took some lives.
Exactly.
And those ones that are gone, you said you still by. Honestly.
Well, President-elect Elspa Yoadi Banjo at 95.
I didn't know that man is already 95 years old.
Yeah, I knew he was 95.
Wow, I didn't know. He was actually looking 70, 78, 79.
80.
Yeah, in my eyes. I didn't quite see him as 80.
And he's still strong. But I think it boils down to the way someone uses his body during your youthful age. If you maybe smoke, drink, club every time, you don't exercise, you don't participate in what's it called, good activities, you involve in bad stuff, to actually take a toll on you when you are old.
Yeah.
So you just look at a man like that in his 95th year on Earth, on the planet, and he's still standing strong. There are some people that are just 60, 70, and everywhere don't scapa.
You just hear things like old age is telling on us.
Exactly. Why is the same old age not telling on by Adibanjo? Though we have different body type.
Sure.
So. But
alright, we have some feedback here as well. Better to say NSAS. Okay, I think we read that before. Kelvin City. Our police force have no shame anymore in this nation. They need to be restructured from top to bottom, 100%. Exactly what I said before. They need to be restructured. So those that need to go back to training needs to go back to training. And let people that will train them actually be people that know what they are doing. You get? Let them be people that know exactly what they're doing, that will train them. Because honestly, I don't see, a lot of things that police have been causing a lot of things in this country. Yes, we really have to say the way it is, and that's the truth. You go to some places, let's say in not necessarily about where they sell all these ogogoro, and you will see some police officers there
in uniform.
On uniform, you will see them there. And I'm like, okay, you are on the car, and someone will carry gun, and then and funny enough, they're not even ashamed, and it means nothing to them. Just Chelsea action meter with their teeth open, and they'll start drinking, and then there's a gun beside you. What if you are so excited and then PM and something else happens? What will you tell the people that you are serving?
Yeah. So what do you tell the people that they're serving? It boils down to how their leaders have actually treated them. When you've done something and you would never go scot-free with what you've done, there's no way you'd actually do that again. But once these people have known that even if I drink or I mistakenly or accidentally shoot someone, they know that nothing will happen. They know it. Even now, look at this man that shot Miss Brimo on the 25th of December.
Yeah.
He's now telling the court that he has no case to accept.
Sometimes I feel it's because it's IM. Sometimes it's IM. You know someone that knows someone. Let's say, for instance, your uncle or your father is CP.
Yeah.
And then they bring you in. No matter what, they wouldn't want to sanction, even if you commit a crime, even if you go against the antics of the police force. They won't really deal with you the way the way you are ought to be dealt with.
Exactly.
Because why? Your uncle or your father is the CP. I think we should throw away all these things.
Well, that boils down to the way they actually recruit our police officers, and also what do they teach them at the police college?
I don't think they teach these people well. Sometimes they do teach them well, but it's just because I don't really know. I think we need to call our in-house analyst at this point.
Yeah, he's on the line. All right, we have our in-house analyst, Mr. Christian Chuku, on the line. Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you doing today, sir? Yeah. Yeah, Kujameta. It's due to some technical difficulties, which has been rectified. So you're welcome to the program today. Yeah, so APC kicks as Northern senators insist on Senate presidency. What do you have to contribute to that?
Yeah, APC, I think at this point in time, they need to run Peter to pay Paul. You need to run Peter to pay Paul. I know when you run Peter to pay Paul, it's not a fair game. I know politics are going to play now in this new dispensation will not be fair so far. I don't see the Southeast getting that Senate presidency. That's my opinion, though. APC kicking for me, it is just hypocrisy. Looking at the Muslim ticket, why didn't they start kicking at that point in time? And Northerners, many Northerners are now interested in the Senate presidency, looking at the fact that the Southeasterners that are vying for that position are not likely, or probably they are not strong enough to lobby the House. You see what the Southeasterners brought at the election gave to the APC candidate might be one of the reasons why some Northerners will feel like these people might not be able to pinch this Senate presidency. But if it's going to be a fair contest or a fair choice, I think the Southeast now deserves that Senate presidency. But many Southeasterners, Southeastern people don't really want a constituted Senate president from the Southeast. They are against it. They just prefer that let the Muslim ticket take over all the posts in this current dispensation.
All right, so as we have said, if the Northerners actually eventually clinch the Senate presidency ticket, do you think it would be a good one to the Southeasterners, considering the fact that during the voter suppression and voter suppression during the election period, it happened more to the Southeasterners? What do you think? How do you think the Southeasterners would feel with this incoming administration?
Okay, like I said last time, Southeasterners are Republicans, they are not politicians, they are Republicans. The North and the Southwest, they are good politicians. At this point in time, politics has come to play, and Southeast will always lose in the calculation. When it comes to politics, they will always lose. Look at the Buhari regime. What was their input and what was their gain in terms of appointments? Looking at the Jonathan administration, we had more of the South persons holding except for the Chief of Army Staff who was from the Southeast. Most persons from the Southwest. So in this current political calculation, if the Southeast wants to gain anything from it, they need to come together and have one voice. Currently, divisions, we have people clamoring for Biafra, others supporting the Labour Party, and we have very few people supporting the APC, and this is an APC constituted government. Southeasterners that are of APC descent or are supporting APC are like rejected in the Southeast. So it is a kind of whatever comes, Southeasterners will just go with it. They just feel that they're not part of this calculation, political calculation in the country since the last Agni-Ironsi died as, the last head of state, Agni-Ironsi, and also Nnamdi Azikiwe.
All right. So moving on. We have IPOB has decried Supreme Court silence on Kanu's pending appeal. What do you think about that?
Okay, on how to wind up. I don't think releasing Namikano would be one of the closing actions or what they will do leaving the government. They should focus on the next dispensation, next government on releasing Namikano. However, we have a justice system, a combination of people that are not activists that don't have the guts to really stand by their judgment or by their justice system. We see the executive in a way trying to manipulate and also controlling the judiciary. For Namikano's case, I don't think this dispensation, this government would be interested in that case. They should look forward to the next dispensation. What will happen with the next dispensation?
Okay, thank you so much. And also, the governor-elect of Plateau State, he has actually rejected a life pension plan that was being, brought forward to the House by the incumbent governor of Plateau State. That is Autumn. So, what do you think about that? Considering the fact that most of our outgoing governors, they actually want to give themselves a very huge and humongous pension packages for themselves. Are they really going there to serve the people or to serve their pockets or something?
Okay, the guy is a reverend father and he's an APC governor. As a reverend father, as a person, I want to applaud him for that move. But as a party, APC, as a party, I think it's hypocrisy. If every other governor, APC governor, would follow suit, I think it's going to be a welcome development. For the fact that governors are giving themselves life pension, this is not the first time. Many governors have been feeding fat on the states, even at death. Even when they are dead, they still feed fat on the collective Nigerian treasury. I think that this revolution needs to be between the masses and the political elites. It is not about whether one governor or the other. There are other things that other politicians are doing. The battle is between the politicians and the masses. These politicians, they are always there for themselves. How to consolidate power, how to gather steam, how to network, how to build their political base, how to build their connections and wealth, politically, financially, and what have you. It's not about the masses. If not, all the mineral resources that Nigeria as a country has made, as in the quality and the quantity of the mineral resources we have, if you convert that into funds or finance, you know that Nigeria should be first class and first world country. But it is not about whether the governor is saying life pension plan, it's about the system. Politicians, that is their way. And whoever that comes want to play because it's APC, Benue State is a pretty big state now, and APC is coming. So they're trying to show as if they are working for the people. I don't think so. Let the party itself implement it in all their states that they have governors. Thank you.
All right, please. Another question for you, Mr. Christian Chuku. Yes, we saw this report about can and big milk adverts. I don't know if you saw those pictures. Now, can they are demanding an apology over the advert? What do you have to say about that? Do you think that Big Milk as a company made a mistake, or do you think that can they overreacting to the whole thing?
You remember Sterling Bank adverts like Abigail Bread Heroes last Easter? It was widely condemned. Now this is another. I don't know. These are advertisers. These are public relations officers and all the advertising agencies. I don't know whether they have respect for religion and the religion of other persons. I want to say that if this were to be something else from the other faith, that's the Islamic faith, I think there will be uproar now. And I looked at the picture. You see, in my church, I go to church. They don't allow comedy in my church because you cannot go to a shrine and be doing comedy in the shrine. Because of that, shrine will knock you dead. You don't take spiritual things that are so sacred to people and just use it for fun. So that's what I look at it as. I'm taking it for granted what Jesus did. Comparing it to big, comparing it to like you're using it for personal gains. You know what Jesus told Judas Iscariot? Like he used the insult on Christianity, it's an insult on the body of Christ, it's an insult on the religion itself. So they should bring that out and also apologize. And this is not the first time, I think this is the second time that I know of. And if they don't act on it, it will be a norm and a caricature.
All right. So you in other words, you're saying that they are not overreacting. They are doing what they are supposed to do as a Christian body.
Yes, they're not overreacting. They are doing what they are supposed to do. They need to put this people in order. Imagine tomorrow something else can just pop up. They can just, and this weather negates the fact that it is sacred. This is sacred. What Jesus did is sacred. The countries that we had Jesus, sorry, like the Israel and other countries that you brought Christian before us, they don't do such. I don't know why we Africans are just trying to bastardize all this.
All right, moving on now. We saw a video yesterday. I'm sure you would have seen the video where a police officer
was assaulting a
young man, and we've been seeing this kind of scenario over the years, and the police have been coming out. I even have a recent report that SARS operatives are still out there extorting people after they've been disbanded over and over and over. So what does that say about the entire police force and the Nigerian system entirely?
I remember the NSAS governors left the office and they came to the ground begging people. Now they are not seeing what is happening. Look at how I was treating the guy as an animal. I had to do a post on it, and what I said was that it's because he's holding a weapon. That's why he's doing what he's doing. If it were to be, it's not for the office or not for the institution. On a normal basis, he wouldn't be able to defeat that man or handle that man because he's holding a weapon, and he knows that. To an extent, they can do and undo and they will go scot-free. So the system is directly demeaning the sanctity of Nigerians. And they know that Nigerians most of the time will not react and it will be swept under the carpet and nothing will happen. Now, if Nigerians come up with an uprising, they'll start slamming murder case, this one, that one, trying to silence you. I think this is... I'm even disgusted. There's some things I don't want to say online. I'm just so angry. Like I wish I had the opportunity, just invite the police officer to a private one-on-one, one boxing or fight. Let's have.
Which are the police officers? The ones on the street. Hope it's not the ones sitting in their offices though.
No, as in that one at that event.
Oh, okay.
That is plugging that young, fine.
Gentleman.
Just flogging everything. I don't understand.
While the wife was in the car waiting. While the wife was inside the car waiting.
That's what I'm saying. If he can, like, that honor, just come on in one battle or combat, I'm very sure he's not going to bring me down. I'm going to bring him down. Because the police officer abusing the institution, abusing the rights of the citizen that is supposed to protect. And it's become impunity. Politicians do it, directors of companies do it, different people at different positions do it, and this is as a normal thing. But there's one thing they don't know is that very soon they will be asking for salaries and pension remuneration. At the end of the day, they will go and carry placard and start stopping secretariat and the police commission for gratuity that I don't know of.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Christian Chiku, for joining us on the program.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, that was Mr. Christian Chiku. Oh my goodness, the analysis was top notch. That was okay. Okay, let's move into a little bit of entertainment right now. We saw a video where Basket Mouth said that AY the comedian Ayo Mako is not his friend, and these two, they are stand-up comedians.
Yeah. I think they are just, I would say they are just chasing clout. If they are not being real, there is nothing all these comedians and content creators can't do to get attention. Because right now people will be talking about them. And I think stand-up comedy has been taken off the market space by the skit makers.
Yeah, skit makers.
Because I see no reason why anyone would want to travel down to a particular space just to crack your ribs, when you can just put on your phone, go to YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, then you just start laughing, and with just your data there, you are not paying any gate fee. You're not buying any VIP seat or something. There's no VIP seat online. You just watch a video and you crack your ribs and laugh. That brought out the likes of Sabinus, what's it called, Chris
Brain
Clown, Brain Jota, and the likes. So I think to some extent, I saw a series of feedbacks on the post there on Twitter where someone was saying that I think they are trying to bring stand-up comedy back into the limelight. That's why they've brought up that issue. But on the other hand, if it is being real, like there is no kind of pranks or gimmicks like has been done by social media influencers, I think they are humans first, and they have the right to either get angry or begrudge each other or something. But on the other hand, they are adults. And what really happened 17 years ago?
It's actually a long time to settle.
Very long time to have settled whatever have transpired between them. And now, even okay, let's say that 17 years ago, they were not as rich as this time. Maybe they would have disagreed on a petty amount of money. But right now that there is millions and billions of investments within within the confines of their comfort zone, so they should have grown past that kind of mentality. Because right now they are they are role models to some people.
Yeah.
And you just feel like if your role model can be doing like that's why I don't have role model on those kind of things. It's people that I'm close to that can be my role model. That I've seen your character, where you've gotten angry, the way you reason, that's why I can call you my role model, not someone that I've seen on more kind of screen. Yeah, but everything behind your screen, everything behind the camera is just in front of the camera is just drama.
Acting, yeah.
It's just acting. Everything is acting. The true character
AY is not my friend. The wedding when you see them, but I don't invite her. I did not invite him. I don't even know say they inviting why. Wait, now my friends I invite for my wedding. Abby, no be your friends.
So I think they should have outgrown it. 17 years is a long time. A child that has been born then, maybe would have even entered that institution by now. So 17 years is a long time. I think they should just come together and just settle the rift. AY said it was because of 30,000 naira. Basketball said he's not even talking about it, that the guy is a snitch.
The way he even said, I did not invite AY and the wife to my wedding. I invited my friends, and AY is not my friend. Can you play the video with the volume? Let's hear it.
Let's take it.
Wedding when you see them, but I don't invite her. I did not invite him. I don't even know say they inviting wife. Wait, now my friends I invite for my wedding. Abby, no be your friends you go invite. Yeah. Now the whole industry are going to invite. There was a guest list. So you come in there, you come like say you won't get crashed. They go bounce. It's no Gandoki come. Gandoki name no day the list.
Alright, I've seen the video. Basketball, he was really furious. He was even sweating.
AY's wife actually said that he is overreacting. I saw the report earlier today. AY's wife said that basketball is just overreacting for nothing.
I think there was a time, is it MI and Vector or something, they were having issues. And they started, releasing diss tracks against each other. But it got to a point, they had to meet in the same space, then they reconcile. I think that would be the end of this thing.
And at some point, they were even following each other on social media.
They were still following each other as at last year. So what time you say you are fighting with someone for 17 years and you've been following each other?
It's actually possible. So that let me you're following the person don't know you're following him, because when you have a lot of followers, you don't know who is following me and who is not, because you're not commenting, you're not liking the post, you're just there. It can be like that too. Okay, we have some feedbacks. It is expedient to read these feedbacks out. So if you're still watching, please drop your comments right there on the comment section. And before we wrap it up, because we'll soon be wrapping up the show actually, please, you can call in. Let's know what you think in any of the topics we've discussed, or even on the major headline, APC kicking against northern senators insisting on Senate presidency, or even IPOB and the Nnamdi Kanu issue, or even the police officer, let's know what you think about them. Okay, we have Bet Olu saying that yes, let them go. Igbo APC members, Oxford Dictionary call them efulefus. What do you mean of that? Like, I don't even know how to explain. Maybe I'll look for international tradition. But I know what it is, but I don't really know how to explain it. Then Waka Waka TV say, Latif won't kill me. Laugh want to kill me. Oh wow. Is that laugh? Oh, laugh. I thought I saw ALAT something. Wow, my eyes is blessed. Laugh want to kill me. Nigeria politics serve the people. Chai, what a great question. I bet Pick Milk will repeat the same thing by December, and he says, "Watch out." Are you a prophet, Mr. Pet Onoha? Then Mr. I says, LOL, Nigeria cannot the end.
Nigeria cannot be ended. Wow. Alright, we're coming to the end of the program. You can still be part of the program. You can join us by hitting on the like button. We have a good number of people watching us right now. You can keep on smashing the like button. If you have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button as well. Then turn on your
notification bell
as well. We've discussed about so many issues. The APC kicking against northern senators. Rivers police probe officers assaulting man in viral video for subsidy.
Probing him is not really enough. I'm sorry. That probably the man should be dismissed because he's not worth being a police officer.
Exactly.
Because you can't be assaulting a human being that way.
He's meant to protect.
You're supposed to protect. You know, whatever the man must have done. He's not a baby to deserve that kind of slap and then hitting him with a cane. And then, funny enough, the wife was in the car waiting for the hubby, and you're beating the husband right before her eyes. Do you know how demeaning that can be?
Even aside that, you should even respect the guy as man to man. Even if he has done anything, you should be able to call him aside. Don't disgrace him openly.
Yeah, and even if you want anything from him, you could have just called him aside, you know, because we know as the be sharp for streets.
And I actually saw a particular response on the tweets and Facebook on Twitter there. The person said that if he was the one that thing happened to in Port Harcourt there, they would track down the police officer. They would trail the police officer and know where he lives, his family, and everything. So I don't know, you know, if people start taking laws into their hands now, let's say something happens to a particular person, then do you know that that particular scenario, that police assault and what's it called, extortion that happened to me in 2017? You know, it was a kind of funny scenario. See, when I got home, I cried normally because I felt raped. They withdrew 20,000 naira 3 times for that day. 60K couldn't come out at once, so they withdrew 3 times from my account. They withdrew 60,000.
So that was your school fees.
That was what I wanted to use. You know, I was just registering for my HND then, so I was just unfortunate to just bump into them that day. So when I actually got home, when they actually dropped me, they were 4 in the van here. When he dropped me, I asked for his number, just to, you know, maybe reach out to him or tell someone so they can call him, or maybe I can get my money back. So he refused. He collected my number. So I think 3 weeks later or thereabouts, he messaged me, and the picture I saw on his WhatsApp DP, I was just like, damn, this life is just so small. It was my friend's ex-girlfriend was this man's daughter. I was just like, whoa. So if I were to be a bad person now, I would have said, okay, now that you've extorted me, you know,
you go after the daughter.
You get.
Just make sure you
get
your money.
I wouldn't have known. So, you know, in anything we do, regardless if you're a police officer, you have a gun with you, you know, who cares about you having a gun? There are some people that will still face you even with that gun in your hand, and they won't be able to defeat them. But it boils down to the people you leave at home. The person you actually, you know, extorted today, you harassed today, your child might fall into that person's hands tomorrow. So what do you expect the person to do on your child?
You know, that's where, you know, sometimes when we watch all these skits that these kids make us do, you know, you go out there, you threaten someone that you don't even know, or you do one bad thing to someone that you don't even know, just a random person, and then probably after years to come or many years later, your daughter now meets this person as husband that she wants to marry, and then this guy coming to meet you and be like, oh wow, this man, you know, with that maybe your daughter was so much in love or is so much in love, and then because of what you did to this person years ago, you now create
not even love. Let's say this is about employment now.
Employment as well.
After the interview and the likes, just say, okay, come, just see the son name. Who was the son name? Where's your father? What was his occupation? He's a police officer. Get out of my office.
You know, your own job, exactly. You don't do them. You know, that's as human that we are, we actually need to apply caution to everything we do, because this we are in a world that, see, the scientists, they say that the world is spherical in nature. You know, everything just revolves around itself.
What goes around comes around.
You don't even know the person that you think that you're maltreating today, or you're treating bad today, or that you even dealt with today, might be your savior tomorrow. Exactly. And when you're in that position, because of what you've already done to this person, the person will now leave you to yourself. You know,
just like a particular police officer, I think there was an accident recently, maybe last 4 months, 5 months or so, on the 3rd mainland bridge. They were just passing by. Nobody even cared to,
because it's a police officer.
Because it was putting on the uniform.
You know, and funny enough, there are good police officers there who actually know their civic responsibility. You know, but
yeah, we have a feedback from Mr. Petolu. He said, "I beg, let them even take loss into their legs."
Petolu, you are not in Nigeria. You're not giving us bus here today. You're not in Nigeria for goodness sake.
Oh God, let them take it to their legs.
We that we are still here, we are applying caution. You know. Honestly.
Boss lady, pretty people, let them take all.
Boss lady, you're welcome. I don't think I know that name. Like, doesn't really stand for. Maybe you're just watching for the funny comment.
Thank you
so much. And if you've always been part of this show, also thank you. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, and you can also do well to click on the like button. If you've done that, if you've not subscribed, you can also smash the subscribe button. So we've come to the end of the program today. We hope you've enjoyed the program just like we did. So we'll come your way again tomorrow for our
Push Mom! I saw you.
Hi.
Good morning to us all. It's been a while. Indeed. It's been a while. And we are happy you are here. You're welcome. But unfortunately, we already ran out of the show. But you can go back to watch it because it has been an amazing discussion since we started.
Alright, so we'll come your way again tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program. Lagos this morning. I remain your humble host, Olajide Taofik.
Yes, this is me, Gladys Alonso, saying thank you so much for being part of this program today. To all our viewers and all the people that dropped their comments on the comment section. We have the likes of Kelvin City, Betolu, Majed, Tochukwu, Boss Lady, and Isaac Ushmo. I want to say a big thank you to you for being part of the show this month. We meet you again. I am still Gladys Alonso. Thanks for watching and bye for now.
Bye for now.
100 naira eko, 10 bus eko.